Another weekend camping trip. We're out here in the Mojave Desert. It's a very different scene than last time. This is a California State Park campground, so it's $25 a night, along with all the typical California bureaucracy. So let's see how it goes. As you can tell, nothing really but sand and some tumbleweeds. A couple little tiny dying out Joshua trees and some sage and things like that, but nothing really much. Which is good because there was a few kids playing around on the rocks behind my campsite here earlier, but I can't really yell, "Hey, you kids, get off my lawn," because there's no lawn. So I'm starting to wonder who I'm going to get in the Have a Camping Buddy program here. You see where I'm set up. That's spot 34. Well, this is spot 35. And spots are filling up pretty quick. So I don't know why they decided to put so many of these camping sites paired up. There's even some that are 3 or 4 within like 20 feet of each other, which is just fucking ridiculous. Because you can see the building way out there. That's the, what do you call it, the office, the learning center, whatever, little ranger station. So you can see between here and there, there's nothing. I mean, it's not like they ran out of fucking places to put camping sites out here. But most of them are at least paired up like this. So I've seen at least 3 or 4 people drive by. Eventually somebody's going to stop and want to park here. I'm going to have some neighbors. We'll see how it goes. You know what really gets me about this campground? Maybe it's something that I'm just now noticing that's more common in other places. But I really started thinking about it. I pull up and there's a guard shack at the front gate of the campground where, you know, they're supposed to take your money and whatever. There's a sign saying please go inside the visitor center. And then there's a list of their rates for, you know, it's this much money to drive through and park somewhere and go hiking, and it's even more money to stay, and it's whatever. So I go into the visitor center, I pull around and pull into one of the RV parking spots and walk up front and tie Bodhi up and walk inside. And there's just some behemoth of a park ranger sitting in there, just massive. And she hardly even looks at me, doesn't even make eye contact, and says, "If you have any questions, let me know." Well, obviously I'm there for something, right? I'm not just browsing. I didn't come to buy the newest Park Service merch. So I say, yeah, I'd like to pay for some camping. You know, I'm nice and polite and everything like that. And she proceeds to tell me that I have to have a spot first, and then I have to have the number and come back up there and pay. Which I've had that at a few other places, but usually they'll just give you the paper slip and say, hey, here, look, just write your number on it when you're done. That way you don't have to make another trip. So I comply and I leave and I start driving around. Of course, you know, when you're looking for a camping spot, you don't want to take just whatever you see. You want to find the nicest one. So I end up making 2 laps through the campground before I find one that seems like it'll suit my needs. So I park and get the number and get everything set up. And then I'm supposed to go all the way back up there to the visitor center to pay. Well, I'm not against, you know, making people work for it, but come on. Best I can tell, that's 750 yards away in a straight line. Maybe even a little bit more. But you're gonna have to hike through other people's fucking toilet paper and trash and whatever else you gotta find along the way to get over there, or walk down the road and try not to get ran over by one of the park service guys in a golf cart or somebody else. So the couple next to me just left to walk down there, I assume to pay and get their little ticket to put on their window. And it's 4 o'clock, or 1600 for you service type. We'll see about how long it takes them to walk down there and come back. I wouldn't know. I drove down there. So 3 loops around this little dirt road just to get my camping set up, situated. You'd think they'd want to cut down on that much extra vehicular use for no reason. I mean, you take 2 steps and you're wearing away a couple inches of sand already. There's only so much of that stuff out here. On a separate note, all complaining aside, this place is pretty unique. This is a few 100,000 years of erosion on the weakest pile of dirt ever. But it's kind of cool looking. Besides the obvious campground, let's walk around and see how long it takes us to find some kind of trace of modern man. Oh wait. Trash. Well, that was quick.